It's a real privilege to be here at Amir Mahal and having this conversation with the Dewan to the Prince of Arcot, Mr. Asif Ali. Asif, thanks so much for inviting us here to Amir Mahal. I know over the last decade you've been extremely active in philanthropy, in supporting underprivileged communities, especially during the Chennai floods. You did a lot. Um, what is the key driver for you? Why you think you need to be that involved in these aspects?
Vinod, first of all, I should thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. You see, we come from a very old historic family known as the Nawabzada Karnataka, and been living here in this place, Amir Mahal, as you mentioned, from 1870s when we moved in here first from the Chepak Palace. And this place, Amir Mahal, has a lot of people, which includes even the staff and their families that been living here from generations. Now, why I'm coming to this point is when we were kids, we had friends in school, but most of our childhood friends were here in Amir Mahal. We had a lot of relatives and as well as staff's children, and many of the families living here were underprivileged, and we all used to play together as kids. So one to one from childhood, I have seen practically people from various sections. So I think from childhood I am able to connect to people of different financial levels. And from that time, I was always wanting to be someone who could help other kids in buying them school stuff, for example. Maybe from a small pencil or a pen. So that's how I was growing up, seeing all this kind of life of different people. I think that has evolved me to someone who loves to give, and I feel joy. So that's how time went, and one point in life came where I thought I should bring it out more into the society and try to support whatever we can, whatever I can, whatever I can give to the society. So I started gathering people of gathering like-minded people, which first started with my own friends. So we used to form groups and volunteer during calamities. For example, if there is floods, for example, or any other fire in the slums, but we used to go as groups and help them and give them food and clothes and medicine and all. I mean, we all used to feel good. So that's how things were moving on. And very recently, we also tied up, recently in a few years back, with different registered organizations where we were informally tied up to do their work. So for example, there is a very good friend of mine now. His name is Paul, who's been running an orphanage for old people in Chennai, and he's been doing that from '91. So we try to support him and help him in whatever we can. Then very recently, we formed a foundation of our own, which is known as the Arcot Foundation. And it's amazing how God gives support to you when you have good intentions. So we started getting support from organizations like, for example, this one, Paul's, and yourself, the India Vision Institute. So now we are doing things in collaboration, like we did, like we are doing the iCamp, and now we are also into scholarships. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, it feels good for me now
to give something back.
to give something back.
Yeah, and you worked, so much with underprivileged communities. Maybe my last question, it's a double question.
Yeah.
One is, I mean, what do you see are the biggest needs for underprivileged communities, and at the same time, what can the public do, especially the public around Chennai, to help with that?
See, there is not one need. So what I would say the biggest need today for the underprivileged community are the basic amenities of life. So that we see is missing. They are struggling for it.
What we take for granted often.
What we take for granted, like even having clean water to drink, or the sewage system, or everything, even the shelter, even a glass of water when you just drink, we take it for granted. So the underprivileged today are deprived of all this. So I think the concept of having a part of your income or your savings of the rich, if someone makes a rule by law in his life to give a certain percentage every year to the poor, I think that, according to me, is the best way to eradicate poverty today.
But if someone is looking up to you to say, look, what should that percentage be? Do you have any guidelines or anything like that, or is it up to each individual to do the best they can?
Whatever they want to. It can be 1% or 10% or 50%.
So whatever they're comfortable
whatever
with.
they want to. But whatever they want to, whatever they are comfortable with. The important thing here is to give. I was reading very recently. It's a quote which says that no one has become poor by giving. You never become poor by giving. So I think that is the concept we have to follow. Here, I will also mention that since I come from the religion of Islam, being a Muslim, in our faith, we have compulsory charity to give of 2.5% to the poor people, irrespective of the caste, creed, color, or religion the poor person belongs to. So that is it is compulsory if you have certain level of savings, not below that. Then you come under the receiving category. So there is a mark there. Below that is the receiving. If your income is above that, your savings is above that mark, you come under the giving category.
Actually, thanks so much for your generosity, but also your leadership that you're taking in this whole area, because I think someone like you who's got a prominent place, in the whole city of Chennai, leading by example, I think it's great for many people. So thank you again so much.
Thank you so much, Vinod.